Hey YouTube, get ready for a rant video because I got a lot coming here. You might look at the team like, hey, why are you using this team with Hundo backline? Why are you using this team with Draining Kiss instead of the right moveset of Moonblast, I believe? Why are you using basically a fast move damage team when you hate using that? Well, get ready because I'm going to explain everything that happened today and why I hate this cup and I hate this game and I hate Niantic. Okay, Annihilate Double Charmer. You see a steal or you see a poison, you stay in. If you don't, you go into Wiggly as your safe swap, try and draw out something, Annihilate, and then Aromatisse. Basically try and fast move damage down for the most part. That is how you play this team. Let's go. Artibacks, I have 3 answers for this, so this is nice. Don't need to run out of here. There's your Mantine, which is a lot of. Okay, what happened today? If you look at my video yesterday going over Pokemon that I have for this meta, I have basically like 7 options. The 3 on the screen here: Quagsire, Muck, a Registeel, and then if I want like a Shadow Tentacruel. Those are my 7 or 8 Pokemon that I have as options here. Okay, so what do? I start with Wiggly, Annihilate, and Mandibuzz. I have Mandibuzz. So I actually start with Wiggly, Annihilate, Mandibuzz. And so you're double weak to Fairy in the back, which is whatever. I actually did not see a ton of Fairy. Like I was one of the few who I saw actually run Fairy. But what happened was I thought the team would work because like you have the Fairy damage, and then you have like 2 bulky Pokemon that can just be like absorb damage like Mandibuzz. What I did was like I had a Wiggly lead, charm a few times, come in Mandibuzz, try and draw out a Fairy or something like that, and do that. The couple times that I used Mandibuzz as a safe swap, I drew out Carbinks. So let's talk about what people have here compared to what I have. I already kind of laid out the issues yesterday, saying that, you know, as someone who's played since season 1, I have gotten rid of Pokemon with generally okay IVs because I already have 2, 3, sometimes more built up already. So I got rid of all my Glygars. I got rid of all my Medis. I got rid of all my whatever. Picked up Mantines. Actually, I did not get rid of my Mantines. I don't even have a good one, even though they were in the meta. They were everywhere. I still don't have a good IV Mantine. Okay. So I'm running into Carbinks. I'm running into Glygars. I'm running into freaking Cresselias. I'm running into every top meta Pokemon that there is. Annihilate, Mandibuzz, Cresselia, just like you'll see the list of Pokemon that I went, Mantine, Gligar, just everything that you could run into meta, you got it. So it's gotten to the point where it's like, okay, I have the dust and I have the candies for the most part. I don't have excels for a lot of these. So like I couldn't build up a Carbink or I couldn't build up a Lickitung again, but I've got enough dust and I've got enough candies that I can pretty much build up anything else, right? So as long as it's not like a level 50 XL Pokemon, I can build up anything I want. But I didn't keep anything. Here comes a Trevenant. But I didn't keep any because I did not expect to not have hit Legend by now. So I guess I got to the point where I now need to, next season, just keep good IV Pokemon to build up during this cup, because this cup just purely rewards people who have built up during a certain amount of time. And again, there's pros and cons to this. Like I said yesterday, the pro is that people like me who have played since season 1 and have a roster of 130 Pokemon deep don't have the advantage, always have an advantage over people who just started. So the people who just started and are just building up this season will have theoretically an advantage because they're building up Pokemon and using it this season. So they have their I saw Alligators and I saw Glygars and I saw all Carbinks, right? I saw all these meta Pokemon that they've built up this season. Okay, fine. Again, it doesn't stop me from building this Pokemon. What only stopped me is not having them in my roster because I just got rid of them because I assumed I would have hit Legend by now. But now, next season, I'll just hold them, right? I'll just hold them and then build up what I need to build up, and then there's nothing and then I'll just go and dominate with them. Okay. So after this team didn't work, I used Quagsire. I built up Quagsire. Use it with Mud Bomb because that's all I had. So I just went triple meta. Mandibuzz, Annihilate, Quagsire. And what happened was I was just running into, again, like Mantines. Mantines were everywhere. Not surprising. Mantine was in the meta. Manta is a very strong Pokemon. And when you have a fighter plus a mud boy, it doesn't hold well against that. So I'm like, okay, this team. So I started 2-8. So I was at like my highest elo of season 2800. I'm down to 2700. Okay, crap. So I'm looking through my list. I'm like, okay, I've got the 4 that haven't worked so far. And then I look at Aromatisse and I'm just like, screw it. Like, I'm going to go a triple like fast move damage team, counter double charm. What I did not mention is, and you saw it on my Twitter if you follow me on Twitter, I did 22 or 27 was it? I posted it on Twitter. 1 second here. I did 22. Just spent 22 charged TMs going back and forth between Earthquake, Acid Spray, Sludge Bomb before finally getting Stone Edge. So I have the Mud Bomb as my one. I have 2 charge moves on Quagsire. Mud Bomb I got as 1. Aqua Tail you can't get doing that. So I have a 1 in 4 chance of hitting the Stone Edge that I want. And I have 77 charge stamps to start with. And I drained 22 of them trying to get the friggin' Stone Edge. And I just hate that NIANTIC this is the simplest. You know what? Yes, this game is laggy as heck since they did these move updates. There's constant bugs. You're going to see... Oh, I wonder if I have the loss in here. No, I'll use that as a short. You're going to see the constant game issues. In one of the games, came in... I have a Night Slash on my Annihilape. Sorry, I have a Night Slash on my Annihilape. I come in... I forget what it was. Mandibuzz or something. They come in Empoleon. They farm. They're at 2 moves. That's fine. Come in. Don't get the option to throw my Night Slash. So they get a Drill Peck off. And then when I finally get to choose my Night Slash, we CMP. So they get 2 charge moves off in a row. So it's just like that. Like there's the whole technical crap of the game that is so BS. And then there's this part of the game of the charge TMs. It is not a hard fix for these charge TMs. They already have it with elite TMs where I don't want this move, I want that move. It's not hard to do that with, I don't want this move, I want this move, but just don't give legacy community moves as options, right? It's very easy to do that, but NIANTIC refuses to do that. They refuse to give us more access to charge TMs. They are very hard to get. Like charge TMs is an issue. If you watch my Mew video this afternoon, I think it's this afternoon. Let me just check that. If you watch my Mew video, a history of, yep, this afternoon. Look at that timing. If you watch this afternoon, come back and watch Mew, history of Mew. Why was Mew meta and has fallen away? A couple reasons. One of the reasons is it has 28 charge moves that you need to reroll. Your very limited TMs to get. And there's no chance that, like, the odds are very, very low of you getting the one move you want out of 25. Like, it takes me 22 rolls to get a move out of 1 in 4 chance. How many rolls is it going to take me to get a 1 in 25 chance, right? So it just, and you don't have them. So Pokemon, like, the Pokemon with a ton of movesets are now at a huge disadvantage. So, I am running Aromatisse, and if you go to PV Poke, the selected moveset is Moonblast. And why is it Moonblast? Well, Draining Kiss is 55 energy for only 72 damage. It's literally called a high energy move, 1.31 damage per energy. And if you go slightly more, 60 energy, you'll get a 132 Moonblast nuke. Debuff nuke, 10% chance of lowering your opponent's attack, 2.2 damage per energy. So for 5 more energy, I can do 60 more damage and have a chance to lower your opponent's attack. But I've already wasted 22 TMs. I'm now down to 50-ish. I don't want to waste any more. Like, again, I have like a 1 in 2 chance here to get Psychic or Moonblast, and I don't want to take that chance. Plus, with this, like, you're generally not using your charge moves anyways. Thunderbolts is also 55. Charm super slow loading, so you're generally not using your moves on Aromatisse. You're most likely using them on Wiggly and Annihilape, and then just charming with that. But yeah, it's frustrating. It's frustrating. This cup, again, I shouldn't be surprised. I guess it's a bit on me for not keeping some things. But again, so like I now need to build up a fourth. I have 3 Glygars already. I need to build up a 4th Gligar to remain competitive in this. I just built up my 2nd Mandibuzz. I've already got 2 Annihilapes now. Like, so I've got to build up 2 to 3 Pokemon, 4 Pokemon plus of the same Pokemon to compete this week. You got to, on top of building all these up with dust and second moving all of them, like this Wiggly and Aromatisse, they're like 50 to 75,000 dust to double move, plus the candies and dust together there, right? So you're dropping 300,000 plus dust on Pokemon that you already have. So now I just dropped like 300, 400,000 dust on Pokemon that I already have in the Great League. To then play a game that lags and plays like crap anyways. So it's been a very frustrating day. I did end up 3-1-1 on my last one, so I'm at like 27-30. So I'm down on the day with like really no chance to get back. So my options are, I tried Muck as well. So in this, I also tried Muck. My options are the 3 you see on the screen, Muck as 4, Mandibuzz as 5. I can build a Registeel. Again, this would be my 4th Registeel that I'd have to build an Elite TM. So I don't want to do that, but I could build a Registeel. And I could build a Tentacruel. So if you got an idea for team out of those 8, drop it in the link below. Because right now this has been not super successful, but I grinded enough like 3-2s to go a little positive with this team. I don't know. I don't know what to do. I can... Yeah, like... The thing is, like, Annihilape and Mandibuzz are good enough to, like, compete. You are double weak to Fairy, which is whatever. But they are good enough to compete in this. But again, like, I saw Bastiodons. I saw Carbinks. I saw, like... There's a lot out there that is going to cause problems with, like, a double Dark Line. I mean, Annihilape should beat Carbink. Actually, you lose to Carbink because of the Moonblast, but you do destroy Bastiodon. Golisopod. I saw like 4 or 5 Golisopods, which is kind of a sneaky one. Like spammy. I do get the Thunderbolt off there and get the full farm down. Take that. So again, I managed to maneuver enough. They're probably going to chip here and then go Wiggly. And get hit with a Steel, but this Steel Steelix. Oh yeah. This is a legend. This is the last battle. Maybe not the last battle. Maybe second last battle. This is a legend that I had, and then they just outbeat me with Steelix and Gligar. Gligar ends up taking this matchup. Yeah. And again, like, you don't need to... If you're a legend, 2 weeks left in the season, you don't need to throw if you don't want to. It's everyone's decision whether you throw or not. I typically throw. And I typically throw in a league where people are just scrounging together whatever to play. So when you get... I was kind of mad at this, but it's my own fault for losing it. I ended up flipping switch here, so I shouldn't... It's on me. But, like, if you're a legend with what ends up being... What's your back Pokemon? So far we have Steelix, a Venusaur, right? A Venusaur with Frenzy at that. So a legend with a Community Day Venusaur with a Gligar on the front where they one switch hard, couldn't give it to a non-legend. Like, again, you don't have to if you don't want to, but I was just like, come on. Oh, sorry, Mandibuzz. Mandibuzz on the lead. And then Aromatisse is so bad. Like, you're going to see, I'm down to like the very deep red after 3 Aerial Aces here. And it's just like, yeah. So it was not a good day. I'm just kind of mad. I'm mad at a few things. I'm mad at that I'm not legend yet. Like, I goofed around too much, not playing at the beginning of the season, and not getting it done early. And then I'm mad at the state of the game. I hate this cup. I'm mad at not having Pokemon that I need for this cup to compete. Yeah, I'm just like frustrated about a few things. And yeah, here comes the second frenzy, and here comes a third frenzy because, you know, why wouldn't you have a legacy Venusaur with frenzy plant? This, I guess Kanto Tour was just on, so it makes sense. Here comes a Gligar. Lots of those around. Got a safe swap here. Vigoroth, okay. I do end up fighting for switch here because I was like, I kind of need to not have Annihilate on. Not have Annihilate on. Do I fight for switch here, or do I force them to throw and then I counter and I get to Shadow Ball? No, they let it go, and then I fight for switch here, I think. Yeah. Once I let this go, I think it's worth just fighting for switch just to get to not have your flyer on that. So they're going to come in here. They're just going to farm. That's fine. The charms are going to add up. Charms are going to add up here. I think I do commit the shield because I was worried about it. I don't think 2 Air Laces take me out, but I think like a dig plus Air Lace takes me out. So force that. Incineroar. I saw a couple Incineroars. Was there a community day for Incineroar that I missed? What one was this? This is like the second or three. I saw 2 or 3 Incineroars and I was just like, why is there so many damn Incineroars in this meta? I was like, oh, did I miss a community day? So I get the farm down, which gives them an extra wing attack, which is not amazing. But now it's just committing to the farm down. Good timing. Plus, everyone in the house is sick, right? So that also sucks. Everyone in the house is sick right now. Everyone's got this. You can hear how chesty it is. Both my kids have this super head cough. My daughter's been running a fever for the last like 3 days. So if I didn't have a lot of grays before, which I did, I'm getting more gray now. So that's it. So good news is, I think a lot of these other videos for the week are probably going to be very beneficial to you. So if you made it this far, be sure to check all my other videos this week. I have a history of, I'm like really happy with how these 4 videos turned out. A history of Mew this afternoon, a history of Umbreon tomorrow, and then Monday I've got a defense versus stamina. Because remember, if you guys watched this couple of videos, I was like, what's the difference between defensive versus stamina? Well, I did a bunch of research and I looked up, and then I looked up Pokemon of like what makes the most sense, and then found some stat product combination that like is beneficial with these 2 things. So stay tuned for that. And then I'm like, well, this is a good team building video. Let's actually just do a team building video. So on Tuesday, I've got one scheduled for how I team build. So all the different team builds. So first thing I do is I go over, it's kind of a longer video, it's like 29 minutes. But first thing I do is go over like the different types of Pokemon, like what constitutes just like a bulky low attack Pokemon, what constitutes not a glass cannon, but like a neutral, like not a glass cannon, but like a Swampert, Togedemaru, like how do those play out? How do you play it with like all like safe swap Pokemon, like Wise Gligar and Poliwrath and stuff like that as safe swap? And then how do you team build with all those? So I go over like what a Pokemon is and how to team build with them. And that's on Tuesday. So I got those set up. My goal was to do like one of these catch cups plus one of those, just to keep the 2 videos going and have like one of each. I don't know how I'm gonna do a second video of this. I can try, maybe I'll try a different team with like Muck or Mandibuzz just to try and switch it up. But man, hit me up in the description if you have a catch cup team, because I am gonna struggle for content for that. Anyways, that is it. Thanks for watching. See you guys in the next one.